Everybody goes through a hard time. This may be that time for you. First of all, don't make the situation worse by saying, and I'm a failure, and I can't do spirituality, and there's something wrong with me, and she says don't be stressed, but I am stressed, and she says don't be broken, but I am broken. Don't compound it. Just simply acknowledge what is. Right now, there is brokenness. Okay. Right now, there is loneliness. Okay. Can you be present and exist in that brokenness? In the universe, we have wet seasons and dry seasons and hot seasons and cold seasons and seasons where trees give fruit and seasons where they don't. And seasons where flowers flower and blossom and seasons where they don't. And seasons where our fields give us crops and seasons when they don't. And in your life, this may be a season of sadness. Maybe a season of being alone. The first piece is don't try to fight it away. Don't condemn yourself or berate yourself. Just be present with it. Recognize, even in the face of brokenness, there I am. I'm broken and still here. I'm alone and still here. And recognize that power within yourself to still be here in the face of whatever it is that's going on. That's a great power. It makes you know you are not the brokenness. You are not the pain. You are not the loneliness, because that's happening. And you're still here. So learn to distinguish between that which is happening and you, who is still here amidst the happening. And then look at what it is that is broken and what it is it may be forming. In order to create, we need to break down. In the Hindu tradition, we speak about a trinity of the powers of God, and we talk about Brahma as the creator and Vishnu as the sustainer and Shiva as the destroyer or dissolver, but it's not linear, it's cyclical. And Shiva's not the bad one who destroys. No, Shiva's the divine one who removes from us that which is blocking the new creation. And so if you're broken, ask yourself, okay, what new creation is it that's trying to come from within me? It's like, I don't know how old you are, but when I was a kid, we had these things that we would play on. They were like writing tablets, but there was a slip of plastic on top, and it was kind of like a chalkboard with a slip of plastic, and you'd write, and then you'd pick up the sheet of plastic, and suddenly all the writing had disappeared and you could use it again. I forget what they were called, but it was fun because you would do a drawing, and then in a second you would just lift up the plastic and suddenly it all had disappeared and you could start over. When things break, they break in order to give us the pieces out of which to build something again. When a sand castle gets swept away by the sea, the castle is gone, but the sand is still there, ready for something else to be built out of it. And so ask yourself, okay, the old system, it has broken down. That which was familiar, it has broken down. But where is going to be my broken down to break through? Because a lot of times the universe breaks things for us to be able to break through. What was it that needed to be broken through in you, such that now a new creation can come? So instead of getting wrapped up in the drama of, oh, I am the broken one, ask yourself, okay, so what is it? As I spend a few moments of time in this space between the presence of Shiva and the presence of Brahma, between the presence of that which destroys and the presence of that which creates, what is it that needed to be broken down in order to be recreated? And don't ask it to yourself with any kind of stress. It doesn't matter if you know the answer. Don't worry, God knows the answer. But it's a beautiful place to just sit in and wonder. Okay. So out of that which has been broken down, what now is going to break through? If the shell of a seed didn't break, that seed would never sprout. If an egg never cracked, a bird would never come out. And if that which we are used to and attached to didn't break, we would never burst through. So allow yourself to just be in this state of in between the breaking down to the breaking through. And yeah, it feels lonely sometimes, but that's okay. Because ultimately the teaching of loneliness is to realize it's not about how many people I surround myself with. It's about how much of my own best friend I can be. Because no matter how many people I have around me who love me, ultimately at the end of the day, even if there's someone in my bed with me, even if there's several people in my bed with me, I'm still alone. And so the only real answer to loneliness isn't about filling ourselves with people. It's about finding that place of the best friend within you, the you who is the best friend to someone else. Can you be that for yourself? Can you allow yourself to bask in the joy of you? Because you are there. You're not alone. You're there. But we're so used to negating ourselves that we feel like unless there are people, I don't exist. I'm lonely. I'm falling apart. Other people's presence is the glue that holds us together. And right now, this lockdown is an extraordinary teaching. And yeah, it's going to feel great when we can hug again. It's going to feel great when we can dance in the streets again. And in the meantime, we have this extraordinary opportunity to realize that we aren't alone. And that's going to stay with us. And it's going to be able to keep you, even at other stages of your life when you are surrounded by people, from feeling lonely, even having people around. So let it in. It's okay. Let loneliness be that which is cracking the shell of you. And let yourself burst forth.